Finding yourself bored and numb? Well, no worries, cause now you can get the all-new Ink Pods!
Hey guys, Mr. Mathing going over the 11.5 Savannah High School Integrated Math 3 Modula version B taken on October 14, 2025. Let's go over the Ken. Remember, we need the numbers 1 to 3 and they should all be positive. So let's go ahead and pick. Here's my freebies. They have no math operations. So I'm just going to put 1 and 2 right there. Okay, so then I need numbers 3 and 1, but I can't do that because they'll be repeating there. So I'm going to do 3 and 1 because 3 minus 1 gives me 2, so that one works. Then over this direction, I'm missing a 2. Okay, so then down here, I'm missing the numbers 1 and 3, so 1 has to go here, and 3 goes there. Then up here, I'm missing a 2. And this one is missing a 3, and that works. Okay, question number 2. X squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Which pair of consecutive integers contains the roots of? Now, some students factored in solve. That's fine. 4 and negative 4 and 1. Remember, the trick is A is 1. You just need that. And then x equals 4, x equals negative 1. And you'll realize these are just exacts. Now, also, if you just did A, B, and C, find the axis of symmetry. If you had that formula down, I gave you 1 point there. Your B value is negative 3. Your A value is 1. So you will get negative 1.5, so that would be x equals 1.5. So when you create your table of values, 1.5, go down, 1, 0, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. And the goal is to keep continuing until you get a 0. Negative 4, negative 2, negative 6.25. And interesting, I didn't see any student, so here's the magic right there, which we had up here. No one actually graphed it, so you could have done that. Just graph it really quickly, and you see negative 4, 0, negative 1, and then, right 1 down, negative 6, 1.5, and then you would have gone something like that. And you realize that these points are going exactly through the tick marks. Okay? So again, if you thought maybe if you extended this negative 2, 4, 6, 10, this would give you a positive 6, and you're like, well, there's a sign change right here. Well, you're trying to look right there exactly at that point. Partial credit, you would have gotten 1.5 points if your table or half the table was correct and you didn't have the zeros with the AOS. Or you would have gotten 1.5 points if your table was all correct, meaning you included the 0. Number 3, what is a simplified version of negative 3i to the 4th? That just basically means negative 3i squared. This is how I did it. There's other ways. Remember, I squared is equal to negative 1. So this is negative 1, negative 1. They're all multiplication. So if you multiply all of those, you will get negative something is positive. And that will give us a negative 3. And that would be choice C. Okay, so I have a quadratic. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. What's disturbing me? Okay, so A is positive. So that means the graph is going to go up. Okay, the AOS, x equals negative b over 2a. 1 point for just writing the formula correctly. Your b value is 2, and your a value is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you get x equals negative 1. For some reason, if you got up here and you wrote positive 1, with the work that I just showed you, I gave you 1.5 points. Number 4, now we know that x is equal to negative 1. You're just going to put that back into the equation here. So let's copy that. F of x equals x squared plus 2 times x plus 3. Put in negative 1. And then we would have gotten 1 minus 2 plus 3. Negative 1 plus 3, that gives me 2. So negative, can I not count? I can count, that's negative 2, so that would have been choice E, none of the above. Okay, so if negative 1, negative 2 is going in the middle, so I'm going to go down and above, and those numbers would have been 6, 3, 2, 3, 6. Remember, you're just taking that number, putting it into that equation. So 9 minus 6 plus 3, then 3 plus 3 would give you 6. That's how I got that one. Let's go ahead and graph that. So negative 3, 6, 1, 6, 0, 3, negative 2, 3, then negative 1, 2. Then our graph will look something like this. Okay. All right, last one is the range, which is the y values. So negative numbers to positive numbers. It's positive infinity there. Let's do orange. Okay, from we're gonna go bottom to top. So nothing, 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 nothing. The graph hits here at 2. And then the last thing you touch is the arrow, and the numbers are going positive, so positive infinity with parentheses. Okay, for this one, you could have gotten partial credit. 1.5 points if you were super close. Maybe you switched it. Maybe you had something like this. Or maybe your symbols were off. Or maybe you didn't have any symbols, something like that. Okay, you've gotten 1 point if each whole side is correct. So if you've gotten, like, say, bracket 2 on the left side, or positive infinity parenthesis on the right. And then half a point if maybe on the left side you had negative infinity, no parentheses. I meant to say if you had the left side, you had, like, say 2, but no symbols, no bracket. So you just had something like that. All right, number 5, for your response, notice you are multiplying because there's no add or subtract. Now, if you didn't know how to do this one, I assigned this when I was absent, and you were required to watch this on the video to take notes. We're going to multiply first. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4i is 20i. Treat that I is like x's. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6i. And negative 3i times 4i is negative 12i squared. Okay, now we're going to add. So let's write out everything. 10 plus 20i minus 6i minus 12i squared. Okay, now I'm going to simplify this one. I squared is equal to negative 1, so they're next to each other, so it's multiplication. 20 minus 6 is 14i. So that becomes 10 plus 14i plus 12. We have 22 plus 14i is your answer. Okay, so if you got to 12i squared, I gave you 3.5 points. 3 points, the inside had to be correct. Or you had the 4 terms. The 4 terms are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 6. A lot of you guys are not paying attention. This one had no negative. The practice test it did. So this one is negative 1 times 7 times 7. And this one is 2 times 2. So the 2 comes on the outside. The 7s come on the outside. And the square root of negative 1 is I. So that would just give you 14i as your answer. Okay, partial credit. 2 points. If you had some of the inside factors correct. Like 7, 7, 2, and 2. You got 3 points if some of the outside was correct, right? Like the red 7 or the green 2. And of course, you got more points if you were closer. All right, number 7. Let's make sure you understand the trick. When your a is 1, you just need the x. When your a is greater than 1, like 2, 6, negative, you need the x in the box. Okay. So I have standard form, no parentheses, a is 3, b is negative 2, and c is negative 1. Since a is 3, you have to do this part. So that'll be a times c, and then our b value. So a times c is 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And my b value is negative 2. So I'm trying to think of numbers that will multiply to be negative 3. So 3 and 1. But they will add to be negative 2. So that'd be a negative. Remember, you're splitting this middle term. So you're going to have an x. So negative 3x and 1x. A lot of students struggle with this. This top left box is your whole a term. So 3x squared. And your c value goes down here. pay attention, these have 3's, so I'm going to put the 3 on top. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times 1 is 1x. 3x times -1 is -3x, and -1 times 1 is -1. So my answer for factoring is 3x plus 1, x minus 1. Okay, some partial credit. If you got the x correct, just the x, you got 2 points, meaning you could fill out the box. 3.5 points if you solved and you put that as your final answer, but you didn't. So for example, if you thought x equals -1/3 in 1, that's solving, but this one says factoring, and I think I underlined it. Okay, number 8. There's 2 ways to solve this one. This one is called the square root method. And back in your 1.3 notes, I'm going to guess 1.36. It's basically when you have only the A and C and no B. So we have 2x squared equals -50. We're trying to isolate x squared. Call it that. So we'll divide by 2. And you're going to have x squared equals -25. Now, although we've learned about the square root method, you could have solved it this way. Take the square root, x equals plus or minus. So the square root of -1 is I, and square root of 25 is 5. So your answer is x equals plus or minus 5i. Okay, there was a different method. You can factor your x box. So 2x squared equals -50. You add 50 to both sides to set it equal to 0. Do a placeholder. Okay, so A times C is 100, and your B value is 0. Okay, your two numbers are going to be 10i and -10i. If you multiply those, you'll get -100i squared. I squared is -1. And you get positive 100. And if you add those, you get 0. Okay, so if you fill that out, 2x squared, 50, 10i, -10i. Okay, the 2 can go either way. So I'm going to go this way. See what happens. This will become a 10i. And over here, this will become a -5i. So 2x plus 10i and x minus 5i. So we set each of these equal to 0. Subtract 10i, you get 2x equals -10i. And then divided by 2, you'll get x equals -5i. Over here, add 5i to both sides. And you'll get x equals 5i. So you notice our answers are the same. Some partial credit. 3 points if you got your x correct. Be your factoring. 3.5 if you factored. So that answer up here but not solved. And then 3.75 if you're doing the square root method, the first one, or you just forgot the plus or minus. Okay, see you guys there. Bye.
Math is the best. Math is the best. Math is life. Mr. Ang, the best teacher in the West. We're so blessed to have Mr. Ang. Praise Jesus.